Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy Nshedo, a makeup artist based in Asaba. If you're stopping by for the first time, you're welcome. So in today's tutorial, we'll be doing a natural looking brows. You guys know I normally do my brows off the camera, so I'm putting up this tutorial so that anytime you want to know how I achieve my brows, you can always go back to it. Okay, so but before we start, I'll be showing you the things you need to achieve a natural looking brows, not a tattoo like brows. No, a natural looking brows, the type I normally call in my videos. So the first thing you need is your pencil. You can do this with your brow pomade, but because I want it to be beginner friendly, I'll be using this pencil. It's common, you can find it anywhere, Davis pencil. So you'll be needing your spoolie to brush your brows, to blend and all that. Some call it spiral one also. You need your spoolie. It's very important, very vital. Some pencils do have this attached to them, but Davis pencil do not. And you need your flat brush. This one is from Younger Beauty. It's very flat. You can use it to highlight the brows. You use it to highlight your brows. Yes, you see how flat that is? Very flat indeed. I love that brush. I love it. Then you can also use this type. It's like C curve. It's not like the other one. I actually prefer it. Then you need your blending brush. You see that fluffy blending brush? It has to be soft. You have to be soft. You need it to blend your concealer and your foundation after highlighting the brows. Then you need your brow tint or brow gel. This one is from Blot. I love it so much. You use it to lighten the brows. You guys will see how I use all these things as we dive into the video. Just keep watching. And you also need your concealer, 2 shades lighter or a shade lighter. Then your foundation, your shade of foundation. Now let's start. I started off by priming my brows. You prime your brows using a primer, a mattifying primer. You know that area is normally oily, so you need to prime it so that your brows won't be looking oily at the end. And now I'm brushing it with that spoolie. That's what it does. You use it to brush your brows, know if the hairs are in place or you need to trim out. Then you need a very sharp pencil. Now let me show you how to get your brows correctly. You place it on your nose like that. This is where it's gonna start. Now for where it will act, you see that you look straight wherever the black eye stopped. That will be your arc. And then for where it will end, you place the pencil close to the outer corner of your eye and your nose. Your nose, don't take it down too much so that you will get the correct measurement. You see that? So let's start now to outline the brows. You see how sharp my pencil is? If your pencil is not sharp, you're not gonna get a neat brows. Now I'm drawing and taking that little by little. Yes, some would tell you to draw it straight, but me, I don't actually think that works. You go in little by little. You see that you take your hands up, but not too up. We don't want something dramatic. You want a natural looking brows. Then the same goes for the up. And then for the up, once you get to that point your brows is supposed to arc, you start coming down from that arc. You start coming down. You start taking your hands down. Taking your hands down. till you meet the one you drew before. Can you see that? If you're looking at brows from up, it doesn't normally have a good shape like that. If your brows is curved well, like see while looking at it from up, I'm telling you that brows will not be fine when you're done. You see that now? So I'm going ahead to shade right now. You see how I'm shading it? You don't do that with force. You don't shade it as if you're doing drawing, painting. No. You stroke it like hairline strokes. That's what you use to shade your brows. You feel it better. So fill it up. I prefer that word, filling. You see how I'm doing the front part of it, hair-like strokes. You see that? We want a natural looking brows, not the one that be looking like tattoo. You understand? Now I'm going in with that spoolie again to blend everything. Now at this point, if you're doing this and you notice that there is a particular place where you need to add pencil, please do that just as I'm doing. You see that now? So we're going to go ahead to highlight the brows now using that flat brush and then the concealer. We're starting from the higher part of the brows. That's your brow bone. We're starting there. You apply and you drag it down. You apply and you drag it down. Now while doing this, if you notice that your concealer entered where it's supposed not to go, you just wait for it to dry a bit, then you go in with your pencil. You see how I'm blending that, dragging it down so that it will be easier to blend. Always clean your brush before you highlight the front part of the brows so that you will not have the lighter shade of concealer there. Now I'm going to highlight the front part. I'll be using this other brush I showed you so that you will see that both of them do the same thing. I'm going in with my foundation now. I'm applying it and then dragging it down. You see that? You apply and then you drag it down. So make sure everything blends in. I'm going to the tail part of the brows to apply that foundation also so that it will look more natural. You see how I'm doing it? You apply and you drag it down a bit. Now I'm going to blend that using this damp beauty blender. I told you can do this with your blending brush also, or beauty blender. So I'm just going to use this also so that you guys will see that both of them, they do the same work. They do the same work. And now I'm about to highlight the upper parts. I don't normally do this if I'm doing my makeup or working on a client. I don't do it. It's because there's a tutorial and I want it to be beginner friendly. I want you guys to understand everything involved in getting a perfect brows. That's why I'm doing it. So you outline it. If you're doing this, be very careful. If you're not careful with this, you will spoil everything. Be very careful. You see how gently I'm taking that? It's easier to do on someone than yourself because you're not actually seeing that upper part well. I don't know about others, but me, I don't always say it so well. So you see that, make sure that it's perfectly done. You can still go back over and over till you get it right. Can you guys see that our brows is coming together? If you notice any imperfection, you go back again with your foundation. Go back and correct it, just as I'm doing right now. Now I'm gonna go in with this fluffy blending brush also to set the eyes using my powder. Using a powder to set that brow bone, the upper part, the lighter part, I'm using a lighter shade of powder, while the other ones, the front and the ending part of it, and then the up, I will use my normal shade of powder. Or you can go with the one that's a dark, one shade darker than your normal shade to blend the front part. As you see that we are getting there, so I'm blending the upper parts. This is not actually necessary, but I want to show you guys everything. Can you guys see that? And now I'm using this my brow tint to lighten the brows. You see what I'm gonna do now? I want to have ombre kind of brows. I want the front part to be lighter than the ending part. So watch and see how I'm gonna do that. You see what I'm doing? And while doing this, please try as much as possible not to pack so much product. You see what I'm doing? Can you see the effect we are beginning to get? Can you see the effect we are beginning to get? Make sure you do it so that it will be in uniform. Don't just stop it one place. Bam. You understand? See that I'm taking it down a bit, but not the way I did the front part. Are you seeing that? Can you guys see? Can you guys see that? You see how natural that looks? Can you see? Then I'm going to go in with this blending brush also to brush the front part of the brows. Are you seeing that, guys? That looks perfect now. Can you guys see? So with this, guys, we come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Can you see that? So let's take the measurement. You see it started where it's supposed to start. Can you see where the arc is? Are you seeing that? And now let's see the end. Perfect. That's how to get a good brows. So guys, if you love this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, comment and share. See you in my next video, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.